matchmakers hate. I mean, just like with Oscar, they didn't want Shakur to go in with Diaz this soon. Couldn't stop him, so we made that fight. And then Felix Verdeo is coming on like a locomotive in Puerto Rico, and him and Brian Vasquez will open the pay-per-view card, and that's a terrific fight.
Bob, does Crawford need to make a statement versus Khan to make these other welterweights start saying his name and start building the drum for those fights?
Don't be naive. That question of, well, should he make a statement? He's made statement. Got nothing to do with statement. As long as Heyman hides his welterweights, we'll look elsewhere for who to fight. Now, I look at the welterweights there. Porter is ordinary, in my opinion. Thurman was once tremendous welterweight. He isn't anymore. Garcia is a decent fighter. He's ordinary. But he has one fighter who could challenge Crawford, and that's Errol Spence. And after this fight is over, and if Crawford is successful, I will get on the phone and talk to Mr. Heyman and tell him to quit the 9 cents and get the fight done. Here's a fight that both fighters want. I know that Crawford wants that fight, and I've talked with Errol Spence when he met with Crawford, and he wants that fight. Each of these kids want the fight. There is no impediment to doing the fight. It'll be a pay-per-view fight. Both networks could participate. There is no reason why that fight can't be made.
Everyone always knows if two fighters want the fight to happen, it'll happen. So you knowing both of that,
you don't know Mr. Heyman.
Bob, I gotta ask you this. You're working with Eddie Hearn on this fight. Does that mean that you can make the Joshua Fury fight happen? I mean, you work with Fury, he works with Joshua?
One step at a time. Fury is going to be made into a huge attraction in the United States, which he isn't yet. We're going to get tremendous publicity for it. He's going to fight twice this year in America. Then we'll look for early next year to match Fury with either Wilder or Joshua. But I want that fight to be held in the United States because, believe me, it'll be a pay-per-view fight that'll do 2 million homes.
What do you prefer? Do you prefer Wilder or Joshua? You
Who cares?
Same thing?
Same. As long as the fight is in the United States. I would prefer Wilder a little bit because Wilder is an American, and that adds to the excitement.
Wouldn't Fury and Joshua be bigger in England?
Oh, definitely in England. But the money is in the United States. England, they're going to do well. What does well mean? They'll do 1 million homes, but they only get $13 a home. And there's no pay-per-view in the United States if it's in England because it's in the afternoon. So now you do it in the United States and you do 2 million homes, which is then $70 million into the promotion, and you can still do pay-per-view in England at 4 in the morning. Maybe you won't do 1 million homes, you'll do 600,000 homes. It's a no-brainer.